I'm Sarah Ulmer with Y'all Politics, and we are thrilled to be one of the sponsors of the 2020 Mississippi Top 50. This event has become synonymous with celebrating some of Mississippi's most influential people over the years. And of course, the highlight of our event is always our Hall of Fame program. However, none of this would be possible without the support of our sponsors: Atmos Energy, Capital Resources, Mississippi Farm Bureau, the Payne Group, Taller Loan Company, and Y'all Politics. While we can't be together in Jackson, we do hope that you'll enjoy our presentation. Billy Munger once described Wirt A. Yeager Jr. as the George Washington of the Mississippi Republican Party. There is no doubt the man who recruited both Munger and Clark Reed into the party and served as its founding chairman from 1956 to 1966 deserves such praise. The Mississippi Top 50 Hall of Fame couldn't be a true political Hall of Fame without the induction of Wirt A. Yeager Jr.
There were some legendary men that had started building the party. Wirt Yeager, right at the forefront, Clark Reed, Billy Munger, God rest his soul. Those men were so important to the state and to the development of the Republican Party. They led the way.
Wirt Yeager is our founding chairman. In 1956, he and a group of other people became involved, and he organized them, and they basically took over the Republican Party from a group that had ran the Mississippi Republican Party from out of state. And so that was the first modern party that we had ever had here, being managed by Mississippians that lived here and worked here and raised their families here. So he literally is the individual that has the membership card that says number 1 on it for the Mississippi Republican Party.
Wirt was born in 1930 in the capital city of Jackson to Wirt Yeager Sr. and Mrs. Rivers Applewhite Yeager. Wirt is married to Mrs. Mary Yeager and has 3 children, Wirt III, Frank, and Mary. After leaving the military at age 26, Wirt became the first modern chairman of the Mississippi Republican Party. Over the next 10 years, Wirt orchestrated the birth of a true two-party system in Mississippi.
Had a lot of good help, but it was pretty lonely the first time. Not many people involved. It was just no Republicans around. But I was thankful just to be around to get started with it, and it worked out pretty well. And Uncle said, "Are you gonna marry a Republican?" I said, "I don't understand it." Well, she said she was gonna do it, but it was that's just, you can't imagine what the situation was like back in those days. Republican were a bad situation, bad reception everywhere, but it worked out fine.
After Wirt won the GOP chairmanship, he went to work right away recruiting the first Republican candidates in Mississippi post-Reconstruction.
Well, I had to persuade them, but it was a little bit hard, but it worked out well. But Matt McAllister, of course, won the legislative seat, and then Reuben Phillips was a good candidate. If I could have gotten him to be for local option, he would have been elected. He wouldn't do it. And her uncle was a bootlegger, I think.
Wirt was a leader in the movement to recruit conservative stalwart Senator Barry Goldwater to seek the Republican nomination for president. Upon Goldwater's securing the nomination, Wirt was a member of the National Goldwater Steering Committee.
Well, he was just a great guy, and really he wrote the book Consciously Conservative, which is really good. And it was just he was a wonderful guy personally. It's like my home a couple of times. And if you had a different campaign manager, could have been elected president. And the wrong guy. I'd like to have had the job.
With literally all of the business and political power of the state resting in the hands of Democrats, establishing a two-party system in Mississippi wasn't easy.
It was seriously bad, eliminating us. So it's hard to believe, really, when you look back on it, that they wanted to outlaw the Republican Party. But it was just it, the way it was.
In 2010, the Mississippi Republican Party honored Yerger by giving him the title Chairman Emeritus.
Well, it's just a mob of people. We had about 1,200 people there in downtown, and they just, I think they thought I was about to die, I guess, and they were very complimentary, but it worked out well. But it was a big event, unforgettable event for me. Didn't deserve it, but it worked out well.
So when I think about him, I think the biggest example that he set for us is just unwavering commitment and a determination to stand up and to push for the cause that you believe in.
We are thrilled to induct Wirt A. Yerger Jr. into the Mississippi Top 50 2020 Hall of Fame.